Today we're going to learn how to draw a frog. Let's get started. For this lesson, we're going to learn how to draw a frog. Now this is a really fun frog. It looks like he's climbing on something. And what we're going to start with, as always, is the biggest shape in the frog, which would be the body. And look here, this has this line going right through the center. And what that's called is a line of symmetry. That line of symmetry is very helpful in drawing because it really helps guide you when you're drawing in ovals or circles to see where it dissects the object. So what I mean by that is when I draw in this oval, I know that the line goes right through the center. So I'm going to draw it in here as if it's going right through the center. Next I would have, and you know what, I did that a little bit too long. We all make mistakes, right? No one's perfect, and that's okay. That's what we have the eraser for. Next, I'm going to get in that soft triangle at the bottom. Kind of comes in here, but the point is slightly off to the right of that line of symmetry. So that's why it's kind of helpful. It shows you where things are. Next is the head. It overlaps in here. It's smaller than the body. It's not as wide, but it goes right in there. So I feel comfortable with that. Next, we're going to move on to the second step, which we're going to start those legs. Now notice how you have a lot of ovals in here. I'm going to start with this first one in by the head, have it come out. And you know what? I need to make it a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to have a smaller one up in here. Remember, draw lightly. I'm drawing a little dark today, so you can see it. Remember, to draw light is very, very important so you can fix any mistakes you might make. Next is the arm over here. I'm going to have it just about right in there. And notice how this oval really goes over most of that other oval. It goes up higher. It's kind of equal to where the ovals come together. And there we go. Next, we are going to move on to the ovals of the bottom legs. I'm going to start with this one here. It kind of goes into that soft triangle, slightly overlaps it, and right about in there. Then I can add on this leg over here. It overlaps this way, and it's going vertically that way. And finally, we have this little circle. Notice how it's even with the bottom here. And have that little circle in there. Next, we're going to move on to this leg. It's coming at a slight angle out. It overlaps the bottom in there. And it's about this size. It's probably about the same size as this leg because the two hind legs would be the same length. Next, we're going to add this oval, and notice how it is going in this direction. So you want to make sure that you have these lines at the right angles. Finally, we add the circle. We're ready to move on to our next step. In this one, we're going to add a little nose right up in here, a soft triangle. There are little eyes kind of coming off the edge. And we're going to start the outside of the body in here, where it connects from the head and goes into the body, and same on this side, connecting it into the body. What else do you notice? I see down in here, we're going to make this leg a little bit wider by connecting the bottom and then bringing it into this leg. Finally, we have a foot that started here. I don't know if you'd call it a foot on a frog. I'm not sure what you would call it. And the knee over in here, you would just connect this. And finally, connecting the leg into the circle. We're really just adding on to the leg, creating the muscle. The first shapes here, we're creating the angles of the legs, and here we're creating kind of the body and definition of them. Let's move into the fourth step. Here, we are going to start adding parts of the feet, it looks like. So we have the fingers coming in here. So part of it's going to go over there, and then here we have a little U. There's another finger going in that direction. There's a finger going kind of up, and there's a finger going out, and it connects to the oval there. I'm going to make sure that's about right. And then we can move on to this finger. I'm going to have it go from here to here. It's connected. We have a little V, and then it comes into the arm here. Then we have a piece going out just like that. Next would be this leg, and it looks like we have a long kind of piece going up here. It goes above the knee. We have another line there, and then connect. Then you kind of bring this into the oval there. Finally, this foot would be in here. We have a long kind of piece there, here, and here, and finally there. We've got the details of those toes. Okay, now with that stuff out of the way, we can move on and have some fun. We're going to start erasing some of these lines. I'm going to get this in here. Start erasing all of those lines that are very unnecessary. I'm kind of liking this so far. Frogs are fun. Erase some of that line. And some of that. The pieces in there. Okay, there we go. We can get some of the details, the lines, how it kind of comes into the body. It's good to wait to get any details till you know the size, where everything goes, and you have the major drawing already finished. Then you can start to go a little bit darker, get in any nice little lines you feel confident with. You can see how he's starting to come out. Okay, I feel like we are good with this. Oh, I notice we're going to add a little bit here. I missed that part. So we're adding a little line coming from here and going over. There's a little curve in there. And then this attaches there. And there's one other little toe coming out there. Glad I caught that. It's easy to kind of miss some things in the steps sometimes, so it's good to work together. And we got the bottom. We do have that line. Okay, this guy is starting to come to life. We have the final step in here now, and what we add are these little balls on the tips of those feet. So I'm going to add little pieces on here. And then you have a little webbing in between. Do you see that? That's good. I like those. Oh, you know what? I forgot in the last step. I just noticed here. So we have this, but we have another piece coming out here. And we have another piece that comes out like this. And that gives us enough there. So we have a circle in there, and there. This needs to come a little closer together there. And these need to come a little closer together there. And finally with this, we're going to add that there. And let's go back and add all the webs. We have the webbing here, the webbing in here, and oh, I almost forgot the circles over here. Okay, I am feeling really good about this now. I know where that arm hits the body. And I am very happy. So go ahead, add whatever you want. If you have a spotted frog, maybe you add spots. I'm not sure if that's how you add them, but you could design your frog however you like. Have fun with it. Thanks for working with me today.